Works for me.
To you, Dan.
I'll call you, Jer. I'll bump your bean.
You lucky bum. You filled up, didn't you?
Cost you $1 to find out. Get that, will you, Doug?
Come on, Jerry, come on.
Did you or didn't you, huh?
Hello. Yeah, just a minute. Jerry, for you.
Yeah, okay. All right. I'll keep you honest, huh?
Good.
2 pair of 8s and 8s.
What a guy.
I pulled a third jack. Yeah, this is Welch.
I'll bet you had him going in. Is that right, Dan?
Draw a 4 of a kind. Dad wouldn't pull a dirty trick like that on an old friend, would you?
Hey, you bet your life I would. The name of the game is win, am I right?
Yeah, sure I want him, but not tonight. Look, I put in my 8 hours today. That's all I get paid for, right? If he's in town, I'll pick him up tomorrow. Next week, whenever. Look, I'm not going to spend the entire night in some armpit bar waiting for this geek to show up. Not on the word of a coked-up snitch. Look, I'll talk to you tomorrow, okay? All right.
What was that about?
It was the watch commander of the PV search unit. They got a tip that Sonny Dupree is back in town. He's going to show up at some bar later tonight, a place called Big Ed's on Sabaco Street. They expect me to go down there and pick him up.
Sonny Dupree's back in town? Katie by the door.
Who's Sonny Dupree?
Well, he's one of Jerry's favorite boys. You're gonna adopt him, aren't you, Jer?
He's a rapist. He was convicted of a rape murder of a co-ed at USC a few years back. Isn't that right, Jerry?
It was UCLA. The Supreme Court overturned the conviction. He's been up twice for rape since. They kicked him loose on parole both times.
So what else is new? Riker, deal the cards.
It's Will's deal. Hey, if this dude's as bad as you say, why don't you go pick him up, keep him off the streets?
Oh, you gotta be kidding. I know this dude. If he does show up at Big Ed's, he's gonna be wired tight on cocaine and booze, and he'll be carrying heat. I don't need that.
This guy used to be the most conscientious, the most dedicated parole officer in the department. How about that, huh?
I learned. Don't be the best. Be the oldest.
Yeah, you're right. It's real open and shut. Okay, look, how do I spell Dupree again? D-U-P-R-E-E. That's James, right? Okay, thanks, Mr. Colson. Look, I'll be down about an hour to get that file. You gonna be there? Okay, who should I ask for? Nina Sloan. Sloan. Got it. Okay, thank you. Bye-bye. My case.
That's the Walsh case, right? The parole officer that got murdered?
Mm-hmm.
Need any help with that?
Nope, it's real open and shut. The shooter was a parole violator by the name of Sonny Dupree, apparently. All I gotta do is find the guy. Missing persons could handle it. Oh, Hunter. About Friday night. Friday night, with me and Jack, and Jack's sister from Poughkeepsie, New York, remember? We're on, right?
Well, I said I'd think about it, but I didn't say I'd go.
Come on, what's to think about? It's gonna be great. All you gotta do is show up. It's not gonna cost you a dime. Jack's gonna pick up the check. And look, Jack's sister is really nice. She's very pretty. She's bright. She's a lot of fun.
Yeah, so's a collie.
Hunter, would I set you up with a dog? Come on.
Are you sure you don't need any help with that Walsh case?
No, I told you, it's easy. It's just open and shut. All I gotta do is find the guy. Yeah, I probably could use a little help on the case. Yeah. Come on.
McCall. About Friday night. See, I promised Gordo I was going to help him paint his mom's apartment. Maybe another time, though, okay?
Hey, McCall. What'd you do, get turned down by every single guy in the precinct?
There are only two excuses I'll accept for being late for an appointment. Either you were in the hospital in intensive care or you are already dead. Do you understand me, boy?
Yes, sir, I do.
You better or you'll find yourself back in the joint. Now get out of here.
Miss Sloan is expecting you. Right over there. Thanks. He keeps doing that, he's not going to get out of here without his pension funded.
Well, it's got to be a miserable job working with people like that every day. Hi, Miss Sloan. I'm Sergeant Rick Hunter. This is my partner, Dee Dee McCall.
How do you do?
Hi.
Mr. Colson said you'd be stopping by today.
Yeah, for the file on James Dupree. Did you get it?
Oh, yes, it's someplace here in this mess. I started work on Monday, and they've dumped Mr. Walsh's entire caseload onto me, as you can see. Oh, here it is. I don't know if I really should let you have this. Parolee files are confidential, you know, and they're only available to the parole department
Give it to
personnel.
them, Sloan. They're on our side.
Mr. Donaldson.
My responsibility, Sloan. Sorry about that. These kids come in here fresh out of college.
Is this all you got on this Sonny Dupree character? Is a rundown of his arrests and convictions?
And his parole record. And if he reported regularly and on time, his job record's like that. We've got so many cases that if we kept a full jacket on each parolee, we wouldn't have room for anything else.
Not a very solid citizen, is he?
If the system was running the way it should, they'd have given him the gas chamber the first time. Jerry Walsh was a real good man. So if you don't bring Dupree back alive, nobody's going to say boo.
Well, are you sure Sonny did this?
Well, I know Jerry was after him for a couple of months to throw his butt back in prison for parole violation. Got a tip last night he was back in town. He went out after him.
You know what's weird about this? When Jerry got the phone call, he said he wasn't going to go after Dupree. It's too dangerous. Dan kidded him about it, remember?
So he changed his mind.
You sure about that?
Look, he was killed not 2 blocks from Big Ed's bar, which is where Dupree was last night. And he was after Dupree for a couple of months. I mean, he had a real burn on putting Sonny back in the slammer. He talked about it all the time.
I mean, Dupree isn't exactly what you'd call one of nature's noblemen. But Jerry's dealt with worse. We all have. But if it was Dan, then I could understand it.
Dan.
Colson.
He's a real hard case.
Yeah, where is Colson? I called him. He said he was going to be here.
He went out a little while ago. I think he went after Sonny himself. And I'll tell you something. If he finds him, they're going to need to pick up what's left of him with a blotter.
Where is he? Where's Sonny?
Please, don't hurt my baby.
I want Sonny. Where is he?
I don't know.
Don't give me that I don't know garbage. Now you let me know what's happening or someone's gonna get hurt.
It just may be you, buddy, if you so much as blink. Now, just take it easy and drop the gun right back on the bed. Now, clasp your hands behind your head. Attaboy.
What's going on here? Who are you people?
Don't worry about it, Mrs. Dupree. We're the police.
Hey, if you're the cops, we're on the same
Hey, put it back up.
Hey, wait a minute now. I'm a parole officer. I'm Dan Colson. My creds are in my right hand pocket of my jacket.
He broke in here. He didn't ring or anything. He just smashed in the door. You saw what he did.
Well, don't worry. He's not going to hurt either you or your child.
What's the idea of treating these people like this, Colson? Who the hell do you think you are?
Her husband killed a parole officer. My buddy for 20 years, and she's harboring him.
Dupre is only a suspect right now, Colson. Now, you may have probable cause to come in here, but not to terrorize these people and bust this place up.
He's a parole violator. Now, I have the right to bust in any place I want where I think he's hiding.
Sonny didn't violate his parole. He's got a regular job. He's leading a straight life.
Sure. Can I take my hands down now?
Still doesn't give you any right to terrorize a woman and a child, Colson.
Listen, before you two start shedding tears for these people, you ask yourself how many cops are dead because some parole officer was too soft with guys like Sonny and his family.
Hey, Colson. More cops get hurt because jerks like you butt into their business, so why don't you butt out?
That terrible man. I mean, breaking into my house and terrorizing us like that? Why didn't you arrest him?
Well, I know it isn't much of a consolation, but the law gives him that right.
Look, I know Sonny broke the law, and he has to pay for that. But he never meant to hurt anybody. And to put him under the thumb of a man who's a worse criminal than he ever was.
Mrs. Dupree, do you know that your husband hasn't checked in with his parole officer in the last 5 or 6 weeks?
That's not true. Sonny goes every Wednesday morning at 10, like clockwork. Ask Mr. Walsh, his parole officer.
Well, I'm afraid we won't be able to do that, you see. Jerry Walsh was murdered last night.
Oh, my God.
Mrs. Dupree, where was Sonny last night?
He was home.
If he wasn't at home and you're lying, don't. It'll only make it worse for both of you.
Minutes before Jerry was murdered last night, your husband was seen leaving a bar just 2 blocks away.
Sonny didn't do it. He couldn't. He's not a killer.
Well, he did kill a girl, and he did go to jail for it.
He was drunk, and he ran her down, and she died. Look, I'm grateful to you for stopping that man. But I don't have anything more to say to you. So please go. Please.
Thank you. Sam Lubbock around?
Lubbock to the cashier's desk. Mr. Lubbock?
Talk, Ramos. Where's Sonny? I want Sonny Dupree.
The next time I ask you questions, you answer nice and polite.
Well, if it isn't Sergeant Hartz and Sergeant Flowers, the Miranda twins. You read any good rights lately?
Hey, Colson. What the hell are you doing around here?
My job, Hunter.
Oh, come on. The county doesn't pay you to beat up on people who can't fight back.
They're garbage. I'm trying to keep the streets clean. Give me a break, huh?
Let me tell you something once and for all. This is now a homicide investigation. That makes it my turf. You stay off of it.
Hey, I've got jurisdiction here as much as anybody. And that scum killed my buddy. Now, you stay off me or I'm going to run you over.
Hey, Sammy. Let me talk to you for a minute, huh?
Oh, first Colson and now you. My day is made.
Hey, look, man. If you know where Sonny is and you're covering for him, you could be up for obstruction of justice.
Justice. Guy's on parole. He's a punching bag for anybody with a badge to work out on. And you wonder why cops get killed.
Are you saying he offed his parole officer because he got punched out?
Don't put words in my mouth. I didn't talk to Colson, and I ain't talking to you, so bug off, lady, huh?
You gotta be kidding. Jerry Walsh was like a father to Sonny. I mean it. They were like father and son. Sonny couldn't have killed him. Sonny couldn't have killed anybody.
Yeah, but his first conviction was for killing that girl.
All right, he killed a girl. He was drunk out of his mind and he didn't see her in a crosswalk and...
Oh, come on. I saw Walsh's file on the guy. Had him down as a 3-time convicted rapist, and one of the rapes included murder.
That's crazy, Hunter. Jerry's the guy who brought Sonny to me. He got me to hire him. He told me what he had done. He told me where he was at and said, all the guy needs is a job and he'll be okay. And that's just the way it was. Sonny never took a drink, never missed a day's work. As far as I know, he never missed a single day's reporting to Jerry.
Yeah? Well, how come he's not here? Where is he?
I don't know. Maybe he's sick. Look, you want someone maybe can help you? You talk to Ramos. Him and Sonny are real tight. You ask him.
Hey, Lubbock, come here.
So how'd you do with Ramos?
Not even squat.
Think I should try it?
No, it's a waste of time. You know what really bothers me?
What?
We got 2 Sonnies here. We've got a Jekyll and a Hyde.
Yeah?
Yeah, I mean, take a look at this. The guys in the parole office turn us on to a Sonny who is a killer rapist, who's been nailed 3 times, violated his parole, and killed his PO to stay out of the slammer, right?
Right.
And then we talk to his wife and Sam Lubbock and Ramus, and they give us this Sonny who's a hard-working, loving, devoted father whose only crime was committed while he was under the influence.
So what you're saying is you think that maybe Walsh is trying to frame Sonny?
It's worth checking into.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm going to stick around here and see if Sonny shows up. And if he doesn't, I'm going to see if Ramos and San leave me to him.
Okay. I'll get a cab.
Oh, and see if you can get a tap put on Dupre's phone in case he calls his wife.
Yeah, I get it. Oh, and Hunter, listen, Friday night, wear a tie, okay? We're going someplace real nice.
Oh, wait a minute. How old is this lady? Jack's sister. How old is she? Just want to know how old she was.
I'm sorry to have kept you waiting for so long, Sergeant McCall, but I had to run this through the computer 3 times, and it's still wrong.
What's the problem?
Here, you can see for yourself. According to this, Dupree's no rapist. He's a drunk driver.
Vehicular manslaughter. You sure this is the right James Dupree?
I checked. He's the only one the computer says is in the central files.
Time off for good behavior, no parole violations. Walsh must have known that the rap sheet in his file was a fake.
The computer's off. It has to be. Here, let me run it through again. And
No, that's okay. It's all right. Thanks.
Excuse me, Sergeant McCall. You work with Sergeant Hunter all the time, right?
Yeah, we're partners. Why?
Well, I was just wondering. Are you... Is he attached?
Dispatcher.
This is L56. Go ahead.
I got a patch call from McCall, Hunter. Hold on a second. Go ahead, McCall.
Hunter?
Did you get that tap put on Sonny's phone yet?
Yeah, it's in work. But we better stop looking for the bad Mr. Hyde and start looking for the good Dr. Jekyll.
Oh, you mean he's not a rapist and all those good things? He's clean?
Just like his wife and Sam said, he's only been up for vehicular manslaughter.
Well, then why is the guy running?
Well, when we find him, I'll ask him.
What do you mean, we? Where are you?
About a half a block in front of you.
Look, Mom, I appreciate it, but I think I can handle this stakeout by myself.
Then you already know you've grown a tail?
Tail, what do you mean?
Colson. He's a couple cars behind me.
Oh, there goes my pigeon now, McCall. Do me a favor and get Colson off my back, will you?
Hey, look, Hunter, I'll take Ramos and you follow Colson, okay? If any car's gonna get creamed here.
Be a pal, will you? If I make a sharp right-hand turn in this crate, the whole front end's gonna fall off.
Hey, where the hell did you learn to drive, woman?
McCall.
Why don't you get that piece of garbage off the street before you get a ticket for littering, Colson?
Hey, I'm gonna have you up on charges. Do you hear me? Do you hear me? I'm gonna have you up on charges.
One muscle, you won't have anything left to hang your ears on. You have the right to remain silent, Sonny. You also have the right to your choice of an attorney.
You're a regular comedian, Hunter.
You're not being very smart here, Sonny. You're adding kidnapping, assault, resisting arrest, and suspicion of murder. You're digging yourself a pretty big hole here.
I didn't kill him.
You were seen leaving Big Ed's last night, minutes before Walsh was killed. I've got a witness to that.
Don't talk to him, Sonny. He's only going to twist what you say all around and set you up.
Look, Ramos, why don't you go outside and get some fresh air and clear your fat head?
I'll clear your head, man. I'll clear it real good.
Look, I got enough problems without that. Why don't you go downstairs and see if anyone's hanging around? Give me the gun.
He tries something, Sonny.
Yeah, I'll holler. These good people, Ramos. We got a raw deal and they made him a little crazy.
Look, Sonny, I ran a full make on you, and all I could come up with was a flock of 502s and one conviction for a vehicular homicide. Now, since you've been out on parole, you've been clean as snow. Now, why does Walsh have you down as a 3-time convicted rapist and a parole absconder?
It was a trap, and I was the bait. He said there was some guy out there murdering parolees. Some nut who thought he was protecting the public from the rapists and the murderers that the system was putting back on the streets.
Well, did he say who he thought it was?
No, he just said that the guy had already murdered 6 parolees, and that if he, if he could set me up so he went after me, he could nail him.
And you went along with that?
Hey, Jerry turned my life around. If it wasn't for him, I'd be falling down drunk. I mean, no wife, no kid, no job, nothing. I'd have done anything that man asked.
So what went down last night, Sonny?
Early in the day, Jerry called me and told me he thought the time was right. He gave me a phone number and told me to call at 10 o'clock that night and ask for him. He said not to pay any attention to what he said over the phone. It was just to go to a bar he'd mentioned in the conversation, a place called Big Ed's. And I was to be sure to leave it at 1:30 on the nose and start heading east. Jerry said he'd be there. That wasn't to worry. I thought the footsteps I heard behind me were Jerry's, but I couldn't be sure. What if it wasn't? What if he couldn't make it for some reason? I wanted to yell out. I wanted to jump up and grab that guy by the throat and bash his head against the walls, but I couldn't move. I couldn't breathe. I was frozen there behind the garbage cans.
Did you see the guy?
Yeah, I saw him. Almost as clear as I see you.
Was it Dan Colson? He was another parole officer that worked with Walsh. You're supposed to be his friend.
I don't know. And I never saw him up there, and Jerry never told me about him. But if it's the guy who killed Jerry, I can ID him.
Get me out of here, Sonny. Come on.
What, so you can take me in? No dice.
Look, there's a warrant out for your arrest. I've got to take you in. Besides, I need you to finger Colson so I can nail him.
And who's going to believe me? Sorry, Hunter. The guy who killed Jerry, he's out after me. I'll take my chances. On my own.
Hey, wait a minute. You're not going to leave me in here hooked up like this, are you?
I don't need it. That'll hold you. I don't need this. Sorry, Hunter.
Hey. Sonny!
L56, come in, please. L56, come in. L56, come in. L56, come in.
This is L56, over.
Stand by for Sergeant McCall, L56.
Hunter? Where have you been? I've been trying to find you for the last half hour.
Well, I've had a little radiator problem.
Well, then you're okay.
I didn't know you cared.
Of course I do. Look, I'd hate to disappoint Jack's sister. She's really looking forward to meeting you. Hunter? Hunter?
I fold.
Me too.
Natural flush, all I get is the ante.
This is lousy three-handed. I think I'm going home.
Me too.
Hi, fellas. I just stopped by. I thought you might need another card part.
It's all right with me.
Makes for a better game than three-handed. Dan?
Well, as long as his money's US of A.
What's the game?
It's dealer's choice, quarter and half. New player deals.
Okay to check and raise?
Anything goes as long as you don't get caught.
How about a little Pete Loftus stud?
Only Pete Loftus I know is a parolee.
Was a parolee. He's dead. He was murdered about 6 months ago. Your bet.
Cuter.
Is that why they named the game after him? In memoriam?
I think it was Pete, or Dum Dum Madigan. Or was it Feats Jackson?
I don't get this. All those guys are parolees.
Dead parolees, Weichert. There were 12 of them, all a part of this tight little group of yours. All shot down in cold blood.
So big deal. These guys are always getting themselves knocked off.
By their parole officers?
Hey, what kind of garbage are you dishing out here?
Well, I'm just following up on what your friend Walsh found out. I mean, that is why you killed him, isn't it? Because he found out it was you.
Hey, Sonny Dupree killed Jerry Walsh, and everybody knows about it. Now, are we playing cards here, or what?
I've got a witness that saw the whole thing go down, Coulson. And he describes you to a T.
So arrest me.
No, not right now. I've got some loose ends I want to tie up first, but when I do, I'll know where to find you.
You're running a bluff.
Hey, damn it, Hunter. I mean, I don't know why you're doing this or what you think you got here, but I, for one, resent what you're doing to Dan. Now, either you back off or I'm going to file a complaint.
Well, that's your prerogative, Weichert. But if I was you, I'd read that printout first. It's got Sonny Dupree's rap sheet on it out of Central Files. Not the one Walsh dummied up to nail the murderer. See you guys.
What? I don't believe this.
What?
Dupree's a drunk driver.
Let me see it. I'll get it. Yeah. Thanks.
Dan, when Jerry got that call about Dupree, didn't he say he wasn't going out after him, that it was too dangerous?
I don't know. I don't remember.
Sure you do. You kidded him about once having been the most conscientious parole officer in the department.
Well, so he changed his mind. Now, look, I just got an important phone call, and I got to get out of here.
If you get a sighting on this guy, give me a call, will you, Charlie? Yeah. Thank you.
State Highway Patrol has no report on Coulson's car.
Neither does city traffic. Boy, I sure hope I haven't gotten Sonny killed.
Come on, it's not your fault. If he'd let you bring him in the first place, he wouldn't be in danger now.
Yeah, but he didn't. I let Dan get loose.
McCall. Yeah, I've asked about that tap twice now. You're kidding me.
What?
Okay, thanks. They refused our request for a tap on the Dupree phone.
Well, they can't do that. We've got cause.
Coulson beat us to it. We put one on about 4 hours before we applied for ours. I better call Mrs. Dupree.
Hello?
Hello, Mrs. Dupree. This is Sergeant McCall. Have you heard from your husband?
Why, no, I haven't.
You sure?
Yes, I'm positive.
Okay, well, if he does contact you, warn him not to say anything that'll give away his whereabouts. Your phone's tapped. Mrs. Dupree, did you understand that?
Yes. I understand. Thank you.
That's a phone, McCall, remember?
Mrs. Dupree says Sonny didn't call.
So?
So the way she said it, I don't believe her.
Well, why would she lie?
I don't know. She sounded scared.
Look, about this women's intuition business, I've done a study on this.
Communications, please. Yes, communications. This is Nina Sloan at the Parole Bureau. To whom am I speaking?
This is Lieutenant Decker. How may I help you, Miss Sloan?
Yes, I'd like to know if there has been any traffic on 555-7273 yet. That's the tap that Colson had put on the Dupree phone.
Hold it and I'll look it up for you.
Thank you.
There was a incoming call to that number at 2:47 p.m. from an unnamed male caller. There was a second call from a female, Sergeant McCall, who we've identified as a member of the LAPD.
Oh, yes, we already have that. But could you please give me the readout on the 247 call?
I already gave a readout to Mr. Colson, didn't he tell you?
No, I was out of the office then, and he is now. But our supervisor would really like that information, so if it's no bother...
No bother, Miss Sloan.
Thank you. Pick up line 4.
Phone rings twice. Female voice, hello. Male voice, hello, Trish. Female voice, Sonny, is that you? Are you all right? Male voice, I'm okay. Now listen. Female voice, Sonny, where are you? Male voice, don't ask any questions. Do as I tell you. Pack a suitcase with enough stuff to last you and Cindy a few days. I'll call you later around 5:30 and tell you where to meet me.
It's 5:20. We gotta roll.
Listen, that will be just fine. I do have one more request, though. If another call should come in on this line, will you please notify Sergeant McCall via the police dispatcher? Thank you so much.
Now, you remember what I told you. No tricks.
Hello?
Trish? Baby, it's Sonny. Everything okay?
Yes, everything's fine.
You sure? You sound funny.
Well, you told me not to ask you any questions and only do what you tell me. I'm waiting to hear.
Good girl. You all packed and ready to go?
Yes, just like you said.
Okay. I'm at the phone booth around the corner. Meet me here and quick.
Okay, Sonny, but it's going to take us at least an hour to get there.
What do you mean an hour? I told you I'm just down the corner.
Yeah, well, MacArthur Park's a long way from here, and with the traffic and all.
Trish, someone up there with you, baby? Is it Colson?
Yes. Well, we'll get there as soon as we can, Sonny. Bye.
You want to play this way? That's fine. We'll play that way. Come on, let's go get Sonny.
You throw the gun in here, Sonny, or I'm gonna kill her.
Don't hurt her. Let her go.
Now, that was a real dumb move. See, you should have run when you had the chance. But now...
I didn't see him. I didn't see him.
Get out. Get out!
Drop the gun, Colson! Hunter, let me get rid of this guy. He's nothing but garbage.
I said drop it now.
Sonny! Sonny!
Drop the gun, Colson!
All right, okay. Take it easy.
How's he doing?
Busted up, son, but he'll be okay. How's Colson?
All the city has to do now is pick him up with the trash and take him away.
And the train and won't stop going, no, it should slow down.
Okay, Roscoe, let's go.
Hey, McCall, what's the deal here?
Found this guy breaking into McFlynn liquor store, and I gotta book him.
It's Friday night.
Yeah, well, as far as I know, we're still booking felons on Friday nights.
It's 6:30 Friday. Me, you, Jack's sister, dinner?
Oh, boy. I forgot to tell you, Hunter. I broke up with that creep a couple days ago. You see, he had this weird idea. Forget it. Anyway, well, dinner's off.
That's great, McCall. I go and get this suit pressed. I wash and launder this shirt. I even buy a new tie. You know how much money I spend on these posies?
All right. Wait a second, Smith?
Yeah.
Come here, will you? Will you do me a favor? You book this guy?
Sure. 2 for the price of 1. Let's go.
Thanks a lot. Okay, look, here. Let me have those. So the evening is not a total loss. I will go to dinner with you, and I'll even wear your flowers. How's that?
Whoa. You look handsome.
Well, thank you.
You going out?
Well, yeah, kind of.
Oh, I knew I should have called before. I wanted to invite you to dinner to thank you for not making things hard for Sonny Dupree and Ramos. You could have had their parole revoked for what they did to you. Maybe another time.
Oh, hey, wait, Nina. Hey, look. I see McCall all the time. We can have lunch or dinner some other time. And besides, her taste in food is not really mine. I'd love to have dinner with you. What would you like to eat?
You won't believe this, but I'd really like a chili dog.